Since the dawn of mankind, we have been at war, not with any one nation, but with an unseen enemy.
Ever since the first civilizations, humans have battled for centuries, and throughout history, we seem to be on the losing side against this menacing threat. In 1348, a lethal plague swept across Europe. This mysterious disease was known infamously as the Black Death, caused by a deadly bacteria. We weren't prepared, and as a result, millions of people have fallen victim to the true enemy of mankind. It wasn't until the 1800s when we began to fight back. Florence Nightingale quickly became the leading figure in sanitary improvements, which reduced bacterial infections. But it was clear that so far, medical science has made no impact on the most fatal epidemic diseases.
The concept of disease and infection was brought to light by the discoveries of Louis Pasteur. He proved that microorganisms, such as bacteria, are the cause of many diseases. But a way to treat bacterial infection was yet to be found.
It wasn't until one day, with just one small accident, medicine was revolutionized. In the summer of 1928, Sir Alexander Fleming was working with some bacteria in his lab. He left his bacterial cultures in the corner, and upon returning from a holiday, he had found that one of his cultures was contaminated with a fungus, and that the colonies of bacteria surrounding the fungus had been destroyed. Later on, he discovered this to be the work of a mysterious molecule made by the fungus. This molecule came to be known as penicillin. It was here at St. Mary's Hospital where Fleming dedicated his life in a search for new antibacterial substances. And it was his discovery of penicillin that sparked a race to produce other antibiotics. Armed with an array of newly discovered antibiotics, our population soared. But despite the discovery of penicillin, Fleming also discovered that the bacteria would develop resistance against penicillin whenever too little was used for too short a time. Imagine a group of bacteria. When we take antibiotics, most of the bacteria die, but sometimes one of them survives because, unlike the others, it has a small advantage. This advantage leaves the bacterium unaffected or resistant to the antibiotic. As this bacteria multiplies, resistance is quickly passed from generation to generation until the entire population is resistant. Nowadays, more and more people are using antibiotics, but because we're using them so much, we're creating a generation of monstrous bacteria called superbugs, which are resistant to many types of antibiotics. These bacteria are capable of surviving their treatment, allowing them to grow unchecked, making them a major threat. Whilst bacteria are constantly evolving, our antibiotic development continues to stagnate. But there is still hope. I'm here at the Sir Alexander Fleming building at Imperial College London, where new generations of scientists are carrying on his legacy, in the hopes to seek out new ways in discovering antibiotics. We have seen life before antibiotics, how it was discovered, and why there are cause for concern. For now, it may seem like we have the upper hand, but it's not certain how long this will last. Will we finally triumph over our greatest enemy, or will we plunge back into the Dark Ages?